Thank you very much for gathering here this morning. This morning I had an opportunity to sit down with the Premier, and in my meeting with the Premier I advised the Premier that I would not be a candidate in the upcoming election in 2013, and I also advised the Premier that I would be resigning as Minister of Finance effective immediately. I will be staying on in my role as an MLA, and I'm very proud and indeed honored to have had the opportunity to serve for almost 12 years now as a member of the Legislative Assembly. There are both personal and practical reasons for the decision that I made here today, and I want to emphasize how gracious the Premier was in the discussion that we had this morning and how supportive she was of the decision that I made. Firstly, there's the personal reasons. As you know, I've got a 2.5-year-old daughter, and my wife Jessica and I are very excited to publicly announce for the first time here today that we are expecting another child on February of 2013. And thank you. And you will know that for those of you that follow politics, that February is also budget month. And as a finance minister, I know exactly what kind of pressures and stresses are involved in putting together a budget. And I think that putting together a budget and delivering a budget at the same time my wife is delivering a new member to our family is timing that I would say is not exactly great. But there's also another practical reason that I explained to the Premier, and that is this. I think it's very important for the Premier to have a Minister of Finance who throughout the fall is putting together an agenda, spending and taxation plans, etc., that they are prepared to fight for in an election campaign. And I don't think it is appropriate for me to assume that role in that position of making all of those decisions when I'm not going to be running in the campaign and able to fight and defend the decisions that will be made in that. It is a very difficult decision, I must tell you. And there is never an easy way to make a decision like this. And part of the reason why I decided I wanted to do it now was I wanted to make sure I did this in the summer. In August, I want to make sure that the Premier and government have a clear path in the fall to ensure that my decision is not going to be a decision that's going to cloud or in any way distract from what I know is a very positive agenda that will continue to unfold in the fall. It has been an honor and a privilege to serve my constituents and the public of British Columbia at large over the last almost 12 years. I cannot tell you just how deeply honored I am to have served in all the different roles that I've served in, and I can look all of you in the eye and say that I worked as hard as I humanly could, and I always tried to make the right decisions, even if they weren't always the easiest decisions. And I have been fortunate to have been supported by two premiers that have always backed me up in making those decisions, even when controversial. And I really want to extend and commend both the current Premier Clark and former Premier Campbell for their support. I have issued a statement that is available for all of you, so I won't read the statement, but it will be available, and I'm happy to answer any questions.